In the last video I finished off the interior, so this time around we're going to move on to the chassis. After removing all of the parts from the sprues, it was time to clean it up a little further using just some flush cutters and some sanding sticks. Also, some of these parts have quite visible mold lines and some even have a bit of flashing that need to be removed too. The mold lines were simply just sanded or scraped away with a knife, and these flashing pieces were also just simply cut off with a sharp hobby knife and sanded afterwards just a little bit to clean it up and make it look proper. I can then move all of the parts into the spray booth and apply a couple light coats of primer. Nothing overboard, just making sure that all the parts are covered and it's ready for the color coats to go on top of. I like to keep my chassis nice and simple, and most of the parts will be painted in a flat black or semi-gloss black, and then a bit of silver is added here and there, and some other pieces might get a little bit of weathering but nothing overboard. The wheels are from USCP and they have been primed with splash primer. They are made out of resin, so be sure to use a resin specific primer or a primer that you know works on all materials. In this case, the splash primer works perfectly on plastic, metal, and also resin. I wanted to get a bit of a shadowy, chromy finish like you see on the BMW wheels for real life cars. Therefore, I painted it in a black first and then just a light dusting of the silver in all of the directions to get light coverage but not a full-on coverage. It still leaves a nice glossy silvery finish and exactly the look I wanted to go for. For some of the other parts like the calipers, I decided to go for a light gold, and the springs were painted in a yellow, and then later on some of the parts including the springs could be masked off for the pieces to receive their second or in some cases even a third color. So with the masking now completed, I could move on to adding a little bit more black. This time around I'm not using semi-gloss black, but just to give a bit of a different tone to some of the parts, I'm going to go over it with a flat black. Also using some silver here and there, and then I could move to masking it off, unmasking it, not masking it off. I already did the masking, so I'm going to unmask it after applying this silver coat, and then just touch up some areas here and there. Add a bit of detail with a bit of a brush and then move on to some assembly or maybe some weathering. I gave the paints a couple of minutes to dry before removing all of the masking tape and then let it sit and cure for a little bit more before I started touching it up and adding a bit of weathering. So the brake calipers were painted gold earlier on, and now the discs themselves need to be painted silver, and that center section I want to paint in a flat metallic-y black, not a full gunmetal, but more of a black with a bit of a shimmer to it, a sort of anodized look. And while that silver is curing, I could move on to some other parts and add some details here and there to some of the nuts and bolts, and also then could start touching up some of the other areas on the chassis. So I just did a quick mask up for these silver parts, didn't completely mask off everything as that would take way too long and wouldn't even be as sharp, so just simply using some black paints and a small brush is good enough to touch it up and make it look nice and smooth. With the silver now cured, I could move on to adding the black and finalizing the details on the brakes. As you probably know by now, I really like my cars to be clean and not go overboard with weathering, dirt, debris, all other stuff that makes cars dirty. I just simply like to use a little bit of Panelline accent color, and in most cases I'm kind of doing this for you guys as you seem to really enjoy these parts, and for myself I could do without, but it does add a little bit more depth to some of the parts. But again, I'm not going to go overboard, just a light touch here and there to make them look a little bit used but not too much. With all of the painting, detail painting, and a little bit of weathering now completed and dried, I can move on to the assembly. Now there's not really all that much to assemble, so I'm just going to let it go here, just using some super glue to put it all together. I did need to add a couple of holes here and there. They are pre-marked on the inside, but not fully drilled, probably because there are multiple versions of this kit available or going to be available in the future, and some will need the holes and some will not. So just follow the instructions and they clearly show which holes need to be drilled, and if you're not entirely sure, just hold the piece to it and you can quickly see which ones you need to do. As far as the exhaust goes, I'm not going to be using the racing exhaust from the kit itself. I will be replacing it with the one from USCP for the street car. Therefore, I did need to remove or just simply cut off the rear section from the standard kit exhaust and replace it with the one from USCP. Now, I'm not going to glue it in fully yet, as I still have to test fit it with the body, and maybe it needs to be shortened just a little bit more to get a nice flush finish on the exhaust and bumper. As far as the wheels and tires go, I'm using the ones from USCP, the E46 M3 style. They also supplied me with some tires, but I wasn't really a big fan of the sidewall. It was a little bit too thin, so thankfully I have some Resion FX60 flexible black resin that I've used in the past. There is a video on my channel if you're interested in checking that out. And I simply just printed some new tires that I thought looked a little bit better, had a bigger sidewall, a bit thicker, and would fill the wheel wells a little bit better. And with that said and done, I'm just going to put those aside for now, and in the next episode I will do the final fit and finish on all of the exterior and also put the wheels in place.